Your thoughts on a daily basis can hold you back and in turn keep you poor if you don't understand what I'm about to explain to you in this video. So listen closely. Overthinking paralyzes you and stops you from doing anything truly meaningful. You'll probably watch this video, give it a thumbs up, obviously subscribe, but after the video, you'll go on, watch another video and another because you don't feel like you truly know everything yet. And you'll just put off actually starting over and over and over. This is the overthinking loop that is keeping you trapped, keeping you poor in real time. Now, how do you know if this is actually you, an overthinker? Well, you likely worry way too much about the future, like what could go wrong if your business is gonna succeed or not, and what people think about you or will think about you if you fail. You also worry way too much about the past. Like, I spent $500 on my last business and it did not work. I only got one sale from my last venture, so I'm kind of scared to start a new one. My parents failed with business, so I'm in turn scared to fail in business as well, and so I'm just not even gonna start one because of the past. Whatever it may be, this is not just some harmless thought that's in your head. It is way more crippling than just that. All of the time spent pondering what could go right and wrong is time that could truly be life-changing for you if you just used it to actually do something. But instead, you're wasting your energy on what ifs that haven't even occurred. You need to stop overthinking what business you'll start, how successful it will be, or what your friends and family will think of you if you fail. Literally, none of this matters. So there's a story of this man who could have had an insanely revolutionary business and life if he just didn't overthink. He was an investment banker in the 90s, had an amazing job, paid well, but had this one crazy idea one day, and so he set up dinner, wanted to house his friends and family at his house to pitch the idea and hear their thoughts on his insane new business idea. All of his peers called him crazy and too risky because he already had an amazing job that was paying him well. So instead of taking this leap of faith and starting this awesome company, he stayed up all night overthinking the potential risks and issues he may run into if he actually starts his business, and in turn, he did never start it. And so the following day, he decided to scrap the idea. He never even started. Well, his name was Jeff Bezos, and this would literally have been his life if he was an overthinker. He owns Amazon.com. He started off on Wall Street but quit that job to start selling books online. Early on, his friends and family criticized him for ditching his job for this business, but he really didn't care. He put everyone's exterior opinions in the trash and just stayed on his path despite what other people were saying. Slowly but surely, he refined his business, progressed and added more categories to sell in, made shipping more efficient, built out more facilities to handle shipping, and after years of focused efforts, he has a company worth over $1 trillion. Imagine if he hadn't have started Amazon because he freaked out about all of the different categories he had to sell in and all of the different issues he would face with the business. Or because his friends and family called him crazy and too risky for ditching his job for this venture that went on to make him one of the richest people in the world. Now, he easily could have wanted to perfect everything, the website, the categories he wanted to sell in, the logo, his shipping, everything, could have wanted to dial that in off the start, spending all of this valuable time overthinking instead of just looking at the big picture and taking action. Do any of you guys want this to be your story and want this to be your life? This is the most interesting topic because every overthinker, they think that they're doing it to keep themselves safe, when in reality, it is the furthest thing from the truth. When it is literally an invisible barrier holding you back from achieving some insane goals that you honestly probably can't even comprehend at this moment. Overthinking is extremely easy to do. It's likely why all of you guys watching do it. We go through this world doing all of the easy stuff first and avoiding the hard tasks, well, because they're hard to do. The tough stuff makes us uncomfortable, and we fail to realize that those are the critical things that we must do to progress in this world and become something. Your brain overthinks and creates fake problems on a daily basis as a hardwired coping mechanism to give you reasons why you can't do things that are honestly needed to actually get what you want out of this world. You freak out and worry so much about things on a daily basis instead of letting go of all of the what ifs and instead taking massive action. And this isn't entirely your fault. The social media companies like the one you're using to watch this video, they make these apps to literally harness and siphon our attention on a daily basis. And you truly don't know anything in regards to this until you break free from this overthinking loop, where you then start to understand and realize that it is literally like cancer in your mind, rotting your life from the inside out. Quick story, this is a perfect example of overthinking. I was getting my haircut the other day, as you guys can tell, and I pulled up in my new car. It's a Porsche 911 Turbo S, really cool car, and the barber asked me what I do for a living because the car is pretty cool. And so I told him what I did. I told him I do dropshipping and also make videos explaining to people how to essentially better their lives. He then asked me how I got into everything I'm doing, and I simply told him I was broke at one point. I Googled how to make money online. I started to try stuff, failed, kept trying, failed other stuff, kept trying, and eventually I got to this position where I'm currently at. Nothing fancy. It was simply just brute force towards my goals until I saw something that performed well and something that worked, and then I doubled down on that until I became successful. He then explained to me how he wanted to do dropshipping but never started because he thought it was a fake business and thought that you couldn't actually make money from it. I then explained to him how it was not fake by any means. I even pulled up my phone and showed him sales from yesterday from one of my stores, and so that objection was debunked. He accepted it, but then stated a whole other issue he had. He didn't want his business to become too successful because successful businesses require more time and effort that he didn't want to take away from family time and hang out with his friends, and he had literally created all these issues in his head as to why he doesn't want a successful business before he even started. In short, he was overthinking to the fullest extent, where he created problems in his mind that held him back from even starting a business that could have gone on to make millions of dollars and had him living a completely different life. Overthinking has now infected that person's mind that I just mentioned, and in real time he's letting his thoughts hold him back from chasing huge dreams and aspirations that he has. You do not need to have everything mapped out at the start. You just need to start. The reason you overthink is because you want to map out exactly how to run before you even know how to walk. Thinking too far ahead can cause way more problems than solutions, and it is likely where you are at right now, whether it's overthinking your taxes, your company structure, what if your ads don't perform, what if your customers don't like the product like you thought, all of these thoughts in your head before you even start. Now, the correct way to quit this is to just focus on getting the ball rolling. This is all that matters. Tomorrow is not here yet. We are in today. For you watching this video, stop the content consumption. You wake up, you pick up your phone, and start consuming content on a daily basis without having any of your own thoughts. You have all of this information constantly being thrown at you, and it confuses the mind. It's like if you're trying to build muscle and you look up how to build muscle, there's going to be a million different people telling you different things, and it will just confuse the hell out of you. The simplest way to get big muscles is to just start doing something. Do the basics, and as you learn and progress, you'll start to naturally learn new things and develop more efficient workouts that will get you more optimal results, but that is in the future. The first thing is just starting. As long as you generally take steps in the right direction, you will naturally start to get on the right track, but not taking any steps is the worst thing you could possibly do. So in short, just stop overthinking. Put your foot on the gas. If you lose control of the wheel, don't worry, you can gain back control and just stay generally on your path, and in no time you will be in a better position than you would be if you just kept overthinking and never actually start. Now, it's crucial for you to set realistic, simple goals that you can actually achieve on a daily basis. If you go out and try to work and grind for 14 hours a day, you will likely get burnt out after a little bit, and in turn it will kill all of the momentum you had. The most important thing to do is keep an eye on your goals and then remove all exterior opinions that are from people who don't have what you want, because those will likely not do you any good and will hurt you and stimulate more overthinking. And lastly, just stay at it. Now, this is all easier said than done, so I'll make a video on how exactly you can stop overthinking if this video does get some good reactions and good traction. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Subscribe and see ya.